The Neo-Egoist League arc has officially ended, but what if I told you that it ended in the most unexpected way possible? Like, seriously, between all the crazy goals, insane weapons, heated rivalries, and ego clashes, this arc reached a boiling point that completely flipped the story on its head. In this video, we're breaking down the entire Neo-Egoist League arc from start to finish. Whether you're here to see who leveled up, who are the frauds, or which egos evolved the best, you'll find it all here. And hey, before we start, if you're new to the channel and you like chill, easy to follow anime breakdowns that don't waste your time, hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps out, and it tells me you want more of this style of content. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's jump into it. So, sit back, relax, and let's rewind the entire Neo-Egoist League, starting with the very first match, FC Barcha versus Bastard München. We open up right after Blue Lock's match against the Japan U20 team. Thanks to their big win, everyone gets 2 weeks off and can finally head home. Isagi goes back to his family, and he's already getting ready to head out again. He puts on his casual clothes, ties his shoes, and tells his mom he's going to hang out. Isagi heads to Shibuya and meets up with Chigiri and Bachira. They invited a few more of the guys, but Raichi and Nico couldn't make it. Hiyori lives too far away, so he can't come either. Even Igarashi is busy cleaning the temple, and Gagamaro is training alone in the mountains. Chigiri wanted to invite Kunigami too, but none of them had his number. As for Nagi, he said he would join, but the guy just woke up. Because of Blue Lock's win, the players became celebrities overnight. They got attention from all over the world. Even Hirotoshi Buratsuta, the chairman of the Japan Football Union, decided not to shut down the project anymore. But really, he just wants to take the credit and make a lot of money off it. Isagi, Bachira, and Chigiri later find the rest of the squad. They decide to hang out together and ambush Nagi, who got stuck at the arcade. Inside the same place, a commotion happens. A lady slaps the life out of a guy who tried to date her and another girl at the same time. That guy is Oliver Aiko, and inside the karaoke room are the rest of the U20 players. This calls for a rematch, but now in a bowling match. Lucky for the Blue Lock squad, King Baro is there at the right moment, and this bowling alley is his territory. While everyone's having a good time, Isagi says goodbye. He's got plans to meet another friend. Sometime later, while he's waiting at the train station, a family spots him. They call out, asking if he's Isagi Yoichi. It turns out that their son is a huge fan. He loves Isagi and Blue Lock, especially the winning goal against U20. After shaking the boy's hand, Isagi boards the train and realizes something. Everything has really changed. More importantly, his goal changed the world. Finally, Isagi meets up with his old friend, Tomonari Tada, who was the forward from Ichinan High. If you remember, he's the guy Isagi passed to during their high school match, but Tada missed the shot. They catch up like old friends, but out of nowhere, Tada says something that hits Isagi pretty hard. He calls Isagi lucky, and says the winning goal was just pure luck. According to him, the ball just happened to land where Isagi was. This really bothers Isagi. He worked so hard at Blue Lock, but his friends act like it was all just an accident, like anyone could have done it if they had been there. Isagi doesn't show how upset he is on the outside, but deep down, he knows. Blue Lock changed him more than he even realized. The scene takes place in the Blue Lock headquarters' meeting room. Ego and Henri are having discussions with businessmen from all over the world, with Ego pitching the idea of the Neo-Egoist League. By now, Blue Lock has grabbed the world's attention, and the second phase is set to be an amazing entertainment project. Perfect for sponsors and businesses. Ego's egoist eyes light up. He knows that his superstars are gonna cause a big wave, a big bang, that will bring out the world's best striker, and it'll all come straight from Blue Lock. Meanwhile, Rin is checking out the latest news article. He notices that some people are questioning his brother's last move against him. But what they don't know is that it was actually Sae's best move. Rin knows it. He forced Sae to make that move, and he beat him right there. And this is where his berserker mode builds up. Rin has no idea what those destructive impulses were. It feels new, yet strangely blissful and familiar. here. And Sae wasn't even surprised when he saw it because he already knew what was happening. This moment is the parallel between Isagi and Rin. It was obvious that the one who dominated that game in the end was Isagi. In truth, Sae sees it too. That's why he acknowledges Isagi as the striker who can change Japan's soccer. That's why this time, Rin is going to destroy Isagi no matter what. Later that night, everyone's phones start lighting up. It's a message from Henri, the one everyone's been waiting for. The Blue Lock Project restart notice is out. They're all heading into a new stage. Blue Lock Project's Phase 2, the Neo-Egoist League, begins. First off, the Neo-Egoist League is a gathering of all the Blue Lock survivors. Following Ego's plan, the Japan U20 team, or really the former U20 members, are joining in too, and are now part of the project. Right now, Ego has full control over everything about Japan's team for the upcoming U20 World Cup, which is only 100 days away. The top 23 players who make it through the league will be picked as Japan's new U20 representatives. As for the ones who don't make it, lock off. But looking at how rough and unpolished these gems are right now, winning the World Cup seems impossible. That's when Ego drops a big question. What is the primary factor that can make someone stronger? It turns out that it's not just about awakening their egos or finding their weapons. It's the environment they're in. That harsh, cutthroat environment that Blue Lock gives them. And to make it even better, Ego brings in teams from the 5 major European leagues. These teams are what Ego uses to show the idea of environment. Each team has something different to offer, like popularity, skills, or money. The players have to pick for themselves which environment will help them grow stronger. England is all about rush and speed. Here, it's all about who's more physical. Players fight for goals using pure strength. Ego calls it the League of Breathless Entertainment. Spain is the league that cares about technique and creativity. It's where being playful and creative leads to amazing plays. A boring, simple goal won't make the crowd happy here. Next, Italy is the League of Cleverness and Tactics. They're famous for winning games with scores like 1-0, thanks to strong defense. It's a system that mixes personal skills with teamwork and strategies. France is seen as the young rising star among the European leagues. It's basically a new powerhouse where a lot of money is flowing in. Big investors have helped it grow fast into the biggest market. It's a hotspot that's quickly climbing to become Europe's top league. Finally, there's Germany. This league is all about extreme logic and rationality. They believe soccer is a game won by scoring more goals, and they care a lot about winning. Plus, the GOAT, the world's best striker, Noel Noah, plays here. Again, the players have to choose which environment fits them the best. And it's not just the strikers. Even players who don't play forward have to make this choice. This whole battle is the final test for the U20 World Cup. And Ego has one crucial piece of advice. Probably the most important these blue lockers will have to keep in mind. It turns out that the key to rising to the top of this league is proof of their true and own originality. They have to figure it out by themselves, because the skills they trained back in Japan are only so-so compared to world-class teams. This will test what they feel and what they trust in when that moment comes. It's the combination of egoism, originality, and choice that will determine if their selections here will turn their lives upside down in the best or worst way possible. And they have 90 minutes to make that choice. Some of the players have already made their choices. Igarashi picks the Germany League, mostly because, well, Japan has always been pretty into German culture. Otoya chooses Spain because he thinks it's a passionate country, pretty much just going with his gut feeling. Aryu picks Italy just because he feels like it, and Zantetsu goes with France since it kinda sounds like a smart place for him. Anyway, most of them are choosing based on their personal vibes. The clock is ticking, and each league only has space for the first 9 players. First come, first served. But for Isagi, things aren't so simple. He wants to learn from England's league since he's been seeing it a lot lately, but deep down, he's always admired Germany. You see, Isagi looks up to Noah as a hero. He idolizes him a lot. Meanwhile, more and more players are locking in their choices. Chigiri, for example, wants to test his crazy speed in England's league. He'll be there with Rio and Nagi. Bachira decides to join Spain, since Spain is all about dribbling and technique. Isagi isn't surprised at all that Bachira would end up there. But to Bachira, it really doesn't matter where they go. I mean, they're gonna be the best in the world either way, no matter which league they're in. They just have to be the best player there. It's not about making the right choice. It's about making their choice the right one. Pure gut feeling. Even if he and Isagi walk different paths, they just need to make sure they've leveled up when they meet again. So, Isagi clicks Germany. The timer runs out, and just like that, Blue Lock Phase 2's team selection is done. Along with Isagi, we've got other big names from the series who join this stratum. Igarashi, Yukimiya, Hiyori, Raichi, Gagamaru, Neru, Kurona, and Kiyora are on his team too. But here's the thing, they're not the only ones fighting for their team. The Germany League's team is called Bastard München, and Isagi and the others will be training alongside their U20 club members. Just so you know, they're not actually flying off to Germany. Sorry, Igarashi. Instead, Ego is recreating Europe's major league environments right inside Blue Lock. Ego brought in players straight from those leagues. 11 rising stars from their generation join them. Besides Germany's Bastard München, there's also England's Munchen City, Italy's Ubers, Spain's FC Barcha, and France's Paris X-Gen. And it won't be Ego teaching them anymore. Each team has a master striker and U20 elite players who will train them. For Bastard München, Noah is the master striker. These master strikers each have their own styles and ideas. The Blue Lockers have no choice but to grow and adapt to the environments their master strikers bring. The other 4 teams have their own setups too, and you'll see more of that later. For now, let's discuss the important rules and details of the Neo-Egoist League. For starters, the Blue Lock players, including the former Japan U20 members, have to undergo mixed team training with the club's own international U20 team. Their goal is to prove their worth and be selected as one of the starting 11. Secondly, the starting 11 will participate in a league battle against the other teams. The thing is, these matches have a special rule. To make sure that the games are speedy and dramatic, it's only a 3-goal match, meaning each team just needs to score 3 goals to win. What's more, each team can sub in and out as many players as they want, as many times as they need. And lastly, once per match, each team is allowed to sub in their master striker for only 3 minutes. This is called the star change system. The main reason is because it's entertaining, and secondly, it gives the Blue Lockers a chance to play with them. Actually, before Ego forgets, there's one more thing he needs to mention. You see, for Bastard München, he has a specially selected player he wants to participate, a monster that was born out of failure. Welcome back, Kunigami. The wildcard program is Blue Lock's secondary route for those who lost in the early selections. The players here are forced to go against each other, and they've trained to follow an unusual philosophy. Its goal is to create a player with the same specs as Noah. Wildcard, in essence, is an experiment to create the perfect vessel for this. It's a survival game, where only one person remains. That one person is the one who managed to get physical abilities similar to that of Noah. This is the hidden program that transforms Kunigami from a lefty to an artificially created ambidextrous genius who can use both legs with the same explosive power. However, this is also the program that transforms Kunigami from Blue Lock's hero to a complete completely different person. He abandoned that immature joke back in the hell of Wildcard. His playstyle becomes more brute. Now, he's Blue Lock's fallen hero and Wildcard's copyman. Micro-interpreters are tools that help players talk to each other, even if they don't know other languages. And no, they don't have to cram in a full language course just to play in this league. The micro-interpreters are still in the testing stage, but they're already good enough to instantly translate whatever someone says into the right language, making it way easier for everyone to understand each other. Basically, they're made to let people from all over the world talk without any problems. They're even good enough to catch small things in a person's voice, like trash talk, and make it hit even harder. Considering that, the accuracy is already super impressive. And by the way, it's sponsored by Mikage Corporation, Ryo's family's company. But players only get to use it after Bastard München's first training session. Bastard München's initial training has 5 zones. Each one checks the player's basic skills and physical strength. The first zone tests how fast they can sprint straight. The second zone is a slanted dash that needs a lot of leg power. By this point, Bastard München's own players, and even Kunigami, are already way ahead. They are crazy fast. So fast, it does not even look like they're under 20 years old. By the time they reach the third zone, which is a ladder sprint, Isagi and the other players are already falling behind. The fourth zone is step jumps. Here, they need to land on a platform they can reach with their jump, or else they fall. Right now, Kunigami is the only Blue Lock player who can keep up with Bastard München's players, and while Isagi is stuck in the fourth zone, a player named Kaiser has already finished the whole thing. The fifth and final zone is a test of pole dribble and shooting. Players have to speed through the poles like they are defenders, then shoot at a target to score high points. Even though Isagi had a hard time earlier, he now knows what to do. Instead of rushing, he goes for a controlled shot. And so, Isagi kicks the ball, but out of nowhere, Kaiser greets him with a strike of his own. The ball smashes into Isagi's shot, messing it up and making him get a low point. Straight up, this new generation World 11 player is already playing mind games with Isagi, and throughout the entire Neo-Egoist League, these two are just gonna keep trying to devour each other. In fact, one of the reasons Kaiser is even here in the Neo-Egoist League is because he wants to meet Blue Lock's so-called hero from the U20 match. He wants Isagi to stand in his way, just so he can destroy him. For Kaiser, Blue Lock players are just circus animals, and Isagi's nothing but a pathetic clown who thought he was a star. But like he says, Isagi swears to destroy his life. Noah steps in to break up the mess. Kaiser, acting like he's the top dog, is just straight up childish to him, and he tells him to knock it off. In this team, Noah makes the rules, period. With that, the first training is over. Noah then explains the real purpose of it and introduces Bastard München's playing style. It's all about extreme rationality. Bastard München is a team that runs on logic. Noah does not care about things like feelings or impressions. Only the numbers matter. The 21 players will be ranked based on their training and match data. The top 11 will start in matches. Anyone lower than that will not even get used. This is a game of survival, where numbers decide everything. It is a battle for the Blue Lock players to break into Bastard München's starting lineup. Just like that, the team's first rankings are set. Isagi lands dead last at the 21st, followed by Igarashi at the 20th, Kiora at the 19th, and so on. Kukimiya almost makes it to the 30th, but everyone in the lower ranks is from Blue Lock. The only player outside of Bastard München's own members who made it into the top 11 is Kunigami, who ranks 3rd. Second place is Ness, and first is Kaiser. This is where Isagi's first big goal comes to life. He's gonna rise up the rankings and pull Kaiser off his throne. From then on, every day is non-stop mixed training, and there are only 10 days left before the first match. Isagi manages to climb up to 17th, but it is still not enough to be a starter. Kunigami has not really talked to anyone either, not even about the wild card. Isagi shares a room with Kurona, Hiyori, and Yukimiya, which is also why he has not had a real chance to talk to Kunigami yet. But the players can check out Kunigami's data. Every player's training numbers are recorded and shown for self-checks. They even get a detailed visual breakdown of their skills using modern devices. Right now, Kunigami has a total score of 89 and is ranked A. Meanwhile, Isagi is at a B rank with a total score of 76. After checking his own stats and talking with his roommates, Isagi puts on the micro-interpreter. He is about to meet his master striker. Isagi comes in with a simple question. What should he do to climb the rankings? He tells Noah that he wants to beat Kaiser, so Noah hits him back with some questions. What is your weapon? What do you need to use that weapon? What type of plays and abilities do you need for that? At first, Isagi answers without a problem, but then he hesitates. He can't clearly put his ideal into words yet. Noah follows up with another question. If, hypothetically, Isagi had everything he needed for his weapon and ideals, could he beat him? Isagi is stuck. He does not know. His logic has been broken down by Noah, and really, he should not even allow "I don't know" to exist in his thinking. Noah tells him to rebuild his whole mindset. The very first step he takes every morning should be a step toward becoming the best in the world. Every minute, every second, every day should be spent on that dream. This is Noah's way of living, and now he dares Isagi to bring him a logic strong enough to beat him. 10 days go by. Now, the Neo-Egoist League's first match between Bastard München and FC Barcha finally kicks off. Sadly, Isagi did not make it into the starting lineup. Otoya and Bachira managed to become the main strikers for FC Barcha right from the start. On Bastard München's side, it is mostly about their Kaiser-centered system, with players like Kaiser, Ness, Grimm, and Eric Gesner. The only Blue Lock player who made it into their starting lineup is Kunigami. The Kaiser system works with Grimm leading the charge. Grimm is a tank-type dribbler. He sticks close to the sideline, using pure strength and physicality to break through and force open the shortest path. After that, he sends a messy pass over the crowd toward the far side of the field. That is where Eric steps in. Eric traps the ball, weaves through the defenders with smooth dribbling, and then sends a clean lob pass. Normally, Eric would pass it to Kaiser, but this time, he wants to test Kunigami. Kunigami traps the ball with his chest. Instead of passing it to Kaiser, he keeps it and goes for it himself. Kunigami fires a mid-range power shot with his right leg. The shot misses, but wildcard Kunigami just clicks his tongue and moves on. This is Kunigami's first real shot at stealing the spotlight from Kaiser. Of course, Ness is not happy about it, and from there, the match only gets tougher for Kunigami. The other Bastard München players start ignoring him, refusing to pass him the ball from then on. Now, it is time for a counterattack. It is Bachira's showtime. But before we get to that, let's rewind 10 days before the game. The scene is in Spain's Stratum. Right after everyone picks their Neo-Egoist League teams, after giving out the micro-interpreters, Lavinho tells his players he's not going to teach anyone football. I mean, Darai and Hayata from Japan U20 look like they're instantly regretting their life choices by coming to this team. You see, Lavinho thinks he is the best in the world. He does not care if most people think it is Noah, because in his head, he's already the best. This is Lavinho's philosophy. That image exists within him alone, and if his players want to be the best too, they cannot just do as they are told. That is why he will not teach them anything. The thing they need to do is start by copying strong players, then mix it in with their own image and their original style. For example, Lavinho incorporates the concept of Jinga and Capoeira in his movements and uses the image of a butterfly for his original style. To him, the field is the stage, and he is dancing like the best in the world. It is all about improvising at the movement and stealing other players' rhythms. So, Bachira follows the rule. He trains his body and mind, and later tells Lavinho about his monster, asking how he can grow stronger. Lavinho tells him that the monster is his originality. Bachira just needs to evolve that monster to the next level with him. Bachira's dribble dribbling posture changes. His center of gravity becomes more stable and unpredictable. It looks like he has infinite options, but he is not moving forward at all. He is waiting for the defender to make their move, and as soon as they do, he blows right past them and enters his flow. It is the next step of his monster trance, now called Jenga X Monster. Jenga X Monster is Bachira's new weapon. He blends Lavinio's Jenga with his own monster tricks. He dribbles past Kunigami and links up with Ignacio Lara and Otoya for a freestyle chemical reaction. Then, Bachira hits his B-shot and scores his first Neo-Egoist goal. This is what ego means by evolution through the environment. Thanks to FC Barcha's free and open environment, Bachira learns to make smarter choices instead of always charging ahead. His dribbling range grows. This is the formula for Bachira's originality to bloom. The score is now 1-0, and Kaiser has a plan. It is time for execution. Ness controls the field with slick ankle techniques and dribbles. He creates spaces for Kaiser, while Kaiser moves around to find the perfect spot using off-the-ball movements. You see, Ness is the heart of Bastard München. He is called the Magician because it looks like he is casting spells on the field with how flexible his ankles are. Raichi thinks that Ness is the real reason why Bastard München is strong, and that Kaiser is just a fraud lucky to have him. But that could not be more wrong. From the start, Kaiser has been moving like bait, keeping the right distance from his teammates and setting himself up to break free for a shooting chance. If it comes, he is doing exactly what Isagi believes are the ideal movements. Grim and Eric help out too. They cut inside from the front lines to give Ness more passing options and to confuse the goalkeeper. Ness sends out an illusion cross, and Kaiser shows up in the perfect spot after hiding so well. Bachira chases after him, but Kaiser quickly positions his hand to stop him. He fakes out a direct shot, and before the ball even lands, he fires off his Kaiser impact. This shot alone is enough to make Isagi realize that Kaiser really is a genius. He is miles ahead of Isagi's ideal. Even Noah agrees. That right-footed kick uses every part of Kaiser's body all at once. When it comes to swinging, Kaiser is the fastest in the world, even faster than Noah himself. With that, the score is tied. But just as Bachira and Kaiser are heating up in their fight, Lavinio decides to step in and steal the spotlight. He uses the star chain system and joins the match. It's time for him to shine. Noah enters the match in response, balancing things out. And just like that, we're about to witness the best fight in the series so far. You see, these two are great rivals. They faced each other in the Champions League semifinals, or according to Lavinio's headcanon, it was the finals. At first, that's how Lavinio remembers it, and Lavinio lost that match. For Lavinio, Noah's logical football is boring, but Noah isn't bothered by Lavinio. He just thinks Lavinio's team is full of children, including Lavinio himself. Anyway, Kunigami is out of the match for now. There are two options for Blue Lock players right now. One is to help with the Kaiser-centered system, and the other is to surpass Kaiser and take his role. Kunigami failed at both, and can argue against that. Noah believes that the opposite of a chance is a pinch. In other words, Kunigami missed his chance and is now in a pinch, meaning he lost his opportunity. Noah subs him out and lets Isagi enter the match. But here's the thing, this is not a logical choice at all. If you look at the numbers, Isagi shouldn't be the one getting subbed in. Based on the data, Yukimiya is better than Isagi. He should be the one playing. But unfortunately for Yukimiya, that's the contract. The world wants to see the hero who wins Blue Lock in the U20 match. It's fan service at its best. So Isagi and Noah are subbed in while Kunigami and Eric are out. Dance of Defeat is Lavinio's weapon, and the one he uses to score FC Barcha's second point. The matchup is between Lavinio and Noah. Lavinio continuously tries to cut in with his creative and unpredictable dribbles, but Noah mechanically keeps up with him. The duel is a stalemate, and Isagi cannot cannot catch up. It's a one-on-one of gods from different worlds. But then, Isagi makes a mistake. He jumps in to try and create a 2-on-1, but Lavinio sees it as the perfect chance. He slips into the flow. Rainbow flicks over Isagi and uses him like a wall to break past Noah. This is Lavinio's rising dance. Noah doesn't even bother chasing after him. He just tells Isagi that Lavinio is the best in the world at surprising his opponents. His dance of defeat gets its name from how defenders fall like they're being led in a dance by Lavinio. Lavinio easily beats the goalkeeper, and just like ending a show, he gives a little bow before kicking the ball into the goal. Kaiser, Ness, and Noah link up. Meanwhile, Isagi is trying to find a better position where he can get a pass, which is his only option to devour Noah and score in the match. But Noah completely ignores him. Noah instantly accelerates to top speed, receives the ball from Ness, and rips through the defenders with his machine-like dribble. Right now, devouring the world's best striker seems impossible for Isagi. He can't even imagine a play better than what Noah is executing. But as Noah's fan, Isagi knows exactly what Noah's greatest weapon is. Lavinio and the FC Barcha defenders try to stop Noah, but they're powerless against him. Noah uses both feet skillfully to keep possession and finally scores a goal, placing the ball into the net with precision. This is Noah's ambidexterity. He has the ability to use both legs as if they were his dominant ones, without ever losing power or control. The star change system ends with the score tied at 2-2. Kunigami comes back into the match and tells Isagi one thing: don't drag me down. Since the game is a best of 3, either Kunigami or Isagi needs to score the next goal to prove their worth and show they belong on the field. The match restarts. Isagi guards Bachira, but Bachira links up with Otoya, and they pass through him easily with a series of slick passes. But Ness, who's always reading the rhythm of the game, steals the ball out of the air and makes a perfect pass to Kaiser. Isagi predicts this play and steals the pass for himself, but the goal still feels too far away. He can dribble or fake, but the defenders react quickly. Time is running out. Isagi shoots, but without a powerful shot like Kaiser's, it's just too far. He gets blocked. Just like Kunigami before him, Isagi is ignored by the Bastard München players. But this is the perfect setup for one of Ego's flow formulas. The challenge-centered focus, essentially, it means setting an object that's at the right level of difficulty. For Isagi, his challenge is to prove his value in this match. Isagi steals the ball from his teammates once more, but as we saw earlier, with his shooting power, scoring is almost impossible right now. He knows it himself. He can't even see his own goal. To devour Kaiser and prove his value, Isagi decides to give up on scoring. He fakes a shot and makes a perfect pass. Ness is thrilled, thinking Isagi is finally proving his worth by assisting Kaiser with his Kaiser impact. But in reality, the pass bypasses Kaiser and lands on Kunigami's left foot. This time, it's Kunigami's lefty shot that completes Isagi's puzzle. Kunigami enters his flow and scores the winning goal for Bastard München. However, Kunigami doesn't seem happy about the goal. He demands an explanation from Isagi because he doesn't want to owe him anything. For Isagi, it's just the most logical thing to do. Both of them want to play for themselves instead of bowing to Kaiser. Their goals collided, and neither could score the goal they wanted on their own. Hearing that, for a moment, there's sadness in Kunigami's eyes. He walks out, disappointed that even Isagi has fallen this much as a striker. Bachira overhears everything and is shocked. He can't believe that Kunigami, who scored thanks to someone else's pass, is this ungrateful. But Bachira understands. If that's the goal Isagi had settled for, he won't criticize him. After all, the reason Isagi didn't pass to Kaiser was that he didn't want to be his underling. Next time, though, Bachira wants them to meet again as egoists, aiming for the same goal. After the first match, Ego reveals more about the Neo-Egoist League. He explains that in the world of pro football, it's like a game of musical chairs. Players get into teams that are already complete, and if they want to stay, they have to steal someone else's spot. If they can't, they won't get a play. Blue Lock players are like fish in their environments. Sure, they can survive in different ways, but if the environment doesn't suit them, they won't make it. What determines their worth in the world is the Blue Lock auction. Ego explains that in addition addition to rankings, players receive yearly salary offers based on bids. After each match in the Neo-Egoist League, football club owners around the world watch the games and place bids on players. The highest bid represents their value, and this is the new ranking system for Blue Lock players. The contract offers come after each match. The highest bid gives clubs the right to negotiate a player's contract. Essentially, the bids reflect the player's value, and the league operates like a public market. This means that players are seen as products, and the teams are the stores. For example, after the match, Isagi receives an annual salary offer of 17 million yen from Berserk Dortmund, Bastard München's biggest rival in the German league. Kunigami gets an offer of 24 million yen from Kawasaki Breakers. Bachira gets 32 million yen from Portugal's FC Portimão, and so on. International players like Ness and Kaiser also get offers. Ness receives 50 million yen from his current club, while Kaiser gets a whopping 300 million yen offer from Bastard München. In simple terms, the Neo-Egoist League is a place for Blue Lock players and former Japan U20 players to hone their skills, climb to the top 23, and make it to the U20 World Cup lineup. For international players, it's a way to showcase their talent to clubs around the world. Players are products, and the teams are the buyers. Instead of just winning, the goal of these players is to show their value, which, for strikers, usually means scoring goals. It's a cycle of training, playing, and receiving offers. Ego reveals that the club owners and sponsors want to see what Isagi can do, and that's why Noah decided to sub him. Noah didn't agree with it, but he made the move just for one match. Now, Isagi has a value, a price tag, and he's locked into playing in the upcoming matches. Not only that, but the reason why Japan attracted world superstars and top clubs for this project is because the Neo-Egoist League is a reality show. The matches are being streamed live to the world. This is Blue Lock TV, and from the start, it has already had over 80 million worldwide subscribers. The show only streams the matches though, so no worries. No private areas are filmed. The monthly fee is also only 500 yen, so if you're interested, consider subscribing. That aside, we also get a quick look at the Ubers versus Paris X Gen match. Rin scores 2 goals, including the winning one, while Shido scores 1. Paris X Gen wins. With that, the first Blue Lock Neo-Egoist rankings are revealed. Rin is at the top with 36 million yen, and Isagi is in 5th place. So far, only 9 Blue Lock players have a value, and the rest still have 0. And that is it for the first match of the Neo-Egoist League. But we're just getting warmed up. If you're excited to see how the rest of the league plays out, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss part 2. While you're waiting, check out the videos popping up on your screen right now.